You make it bigger, Joe? These people have not evolved at all for like probably 5,000 years. Imagine being a white man back in the slave days. So yeah, we'll take these.
All right, so let's talk about this now.
Yeah.
We're going down race realism. And, we're the only people brown enough to get away with this, so we can do it.
Oh, we're not going to get away with this shit.
Andrew Tate shocks the Hodge twins with not just laughter, but the brutal reality about the world, of how racist the world outside of the United States really are. To some, it may not sound as pleasant, but when it comes to the Hodge twins, they understand one important element: pattern recognition. The media wants you to believe America is some uniquely evil racist hellscape. Meanwhile, they've never stepped foot outside of their gated bubbles, never lived anywhere else, never compared cultures, never questioned incentives. Fortunately, Tate does. And so do the Hodge twins. And that's the difference. This conversation isn't polished. It's not politically correct. It's not designed to protect fragile egos or activists' careers. It's about pattern recognition, accountability, and the reality of how the world actually works. And predictably, the same people who scream quote-unquote freedom of speech are the first ones trying to memory hold this kind of discussion. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you enjoy this kind of content. Let's get into it.
Black fatigue. People are tired of black people. Every time you look up, some Negroes arguing about something.
Well,
Derek Penny, that whole situation.
Oh, yeah, that was incredible. That was incredible. And it's. I'll be honest, one of the things that's amazing to me, because I am American, I lived here till I was 8, and then I grew up in England, and then I moved all around the world. What's kind of amazing to me about the American consciousness is that they have this huge preposition with racism. Mm-hmm. And they seem to think this is a racist country. Like, you motherfuckers haven't been anywhere.
Yeah.
Because this is the least racist nation on the planet. You think America's racist? Let me tell you where's racist. You know the most racist place? Africa.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been to Africa? You Hutu, you're Tutu, you're Boo-Poo. Like, they're fucking killing each other. They're having genocide. They all look the fucking same. They're pulling out machetes. Look at the Rwandan genocide. I couldn't even tell the two teams. They're running around fucking swinging blades. Bro, the whole world's fucking racist.
Killing each other over nothing.
Over nothing. Hutu, Tutu, your nose shape. I don't know the fuck.
Huge continent. You got all these black people. You got all these resources.
All they do is kill.
And they're probably the poorest continent in the world.
Of course.
They have no leadership, and their culture is just broken.
100%. And also, it's because Africa's rich that it's poor, which we'll talk about in a second. But America's the least racist place you find on the planet. You think China's not racist? You think Japan's not fucking racist? You think India's not racist with this caste system? Right. You think Africa's not racist with this fucking genocides?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Everywhere, even when I moved to England, the amount of racism I dealt with for being American. Like, I was American, they're like, oh, yank, oh, dickhead, school shooter. But it's like, watch out. But the thing is, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But these people can't take a fucking joke.
Right.
Like, I love when people, I have the most diverse friend group, and our friendships are based on racism. Like, it's funny. It's funny. Like, I know a white guy.
Yeah.
Who's loyal.
Right.
Fucking weird. But like, we make fun of each other all the time. Like, racism is hilarious amongst a friend group.
Right.
But in America, everyone's so sensitive to it. It's insane. And they believe they live in a racist country. It's like, you need to go basically anywhere else. Yeah. Go anywhere else and you will see. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting is actually the countries like Dubai, which I spent a lot of time in, the UAE, which is a super diverse country with 80% immigration. But the locals, the natives, they're above you. You can't fuck with a Gulf Arab in UAE. You can come and you can visit and you can buy a nice house and you can live there and you can enjoy Dubai. But if you crash your car into an Arab, it was your fault.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Like, there's no way out of it, right? So the whole world's fucking racist except America. And these people are constantly and endlessly crying. It's like so ungrateful almost.
Yeah. Well,
it's ungrateful.
I think most of it comes from the black community, though. I think that's what's keeping racism alive in this country. Yeah, and the white liberals pushing it too. It's on life support.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone's tired of it now, but they're going to keep trying to push it because it allows them to feel important for 5 seconds. So they're going to keep trying to push it.
Andrew, do you consider yourself to be African American?
Well, there's times. I'm like the day walker. I swap in and out. It depends.
Right.
You know? Yeah. You know, like I have I had an auntie. She's black and she talks like a white woman until she gets mad. Then she's Jamaican.
Yeah.
You ever had one of them?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's like me.
Yeah.
Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes I'm white, sometimes I'm black. Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But no, it's really interesting. And also, pattern recognition isn't racism. We need to make that very clear. Like if I think of a pedophile, I imagine a white man.
Yeah. Right.
And if I think of gang shooting, I imagine a black man. Mm-hmm. Call me racist, but that's just what I imagine, right?
When I think of tacos, I think of Latinos.
Well, that's right. Yeah, 100%. Build the wall. So we got enough tacos. It's fine. We don't need any more. So
if I walk into a restaurant, a Latino restaurant, and I see a bunch of Asians making tacos, I'm walking right out.
100%.
Yeah.
So racial stereotypes also exist for a reason, but now we're going to try and tell us that we have to ignore basic pattern recognition or it's racism. Right. And this is the point that's difficult because I'll be completely honest with you. If I was Snow White and I was a police officer and I was in inner Chicago and it's 4 a.m. and I've stopped a Toyota Camry and there's 4 black guys in it. And my partner got killed 2 years ago because of a Toyota Camry with 4 black guys in it. And they're not complying. I'll be trigger happy. Now, to pretend he's not, that's pattern recognition.
Yeah, right.
That's pattern.
That's how you survive.
That's how you survive in the world.
Yeah.
The reason our ancestors survived is because we saw someone go try and pet the lion.
Right.
Got eaten. And we're like, there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
You try. Oh, he died too. Okay, avoid the lion. Right. There's a pattern recognition. So what's interesting, what's so scary about this racism argument is it prevents people. I'll give you another example of this in a second, but it prevents people from acting appropriately, understanding that perhaps the world's not a perfect place. Perhaps it's never going to be fully balanced. So you need to understand when you are going to be deemed more of a threat. So if I was a completely black person in that Toyota Camry, I would say, this officer's intimidated guys. We would be on our best behavior.
Right.
Now, they'll sit and say, I shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to lock your door at night.
Yeah.
But you do.
Right.
The world's not a perfect fucking place.
Right.
There's no such thing as shouldn't have to.
Right.
I'm a big man. If I go and knock, let's say my car breaks down, and I go knock on someone's door in the middle of the night, I know that I'm scary. If a little girl knocks, they may open it. I'm going to be more intimidating. I have to keep that in mind. I'm not going to be at the door like they're trying to flex.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking open it. You have to know the game you're playing.
Yeah, because white people, someone knocking on their door, they're like, I don't know this guy. This is probably a home invasion.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, and this get me in trouble, if you're a black person in the inner city and you understand how the inner city runs, when you're getting stopped by police, you should comply more than ever because you should understand perhaps it's unfair he has these preconceived notions. Perhaps it's unfair. Perhaps you're a great person. Perhaps, yes. But the world's not perfect.
Yeah. Right.
And thinking that the world is perfect and us trying to push this ideal version of the world where everyone ignores basic pattern recognition is bullshit and garbage. I'm more intimidated when I walk past 5 men. If I'm walking alone at night and there's 5 men on a street corner, I find that more scary than 5 women on a street corner. Yeah. Am I sexist? No, that's fucking, I'm not a dumbass. I'm a realist.
Right.
I'm a realist. So this racism's gone so far now that we're disrupting the ability for people to be realists. So they're expecting a little white woman to walk past 5 big Negroes in the middle of inner city Chicago and be like, don't be racist, Jane. Don't be racist, Jane. Don't be racist. Hi, fellas. Like, bro, you're gonna lose your handbag, at least.
Right. That doesn't bother me. Like if I'm getting to an elevator, this happened to us. We'll get in an elevator and it's just a white lady and she'll just back in the corner and just like grab onto her purse.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't blame you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't blame you at all.
But what's funny about it is they'll pretend that being intimidating is a terrible curse when it comes to something like a police stop, when they live their entire life trying to be as intimidating as possible.
Exactly.
You're standing a certain way, you're dressing a certain way, you're listening to certain music, you're fucking gangbanging. You want everyone to walk past you to know you're a real fucking G. You want everyone scared of you all the time. Except for when the cop gets scared and pulls his weapon, then it's like, whoa, what's the problem? You've been scaring people your whole fucking life. You've been intimidating people your whole life.
Right.
You could have had a 3-piece suit on and a fucking little hat. Yeah. You've been fine. No, you're wearing a fucking Crip bandana. Why do you think I was a gangster?
Right. Talking in Ebonics.
Yeah, but it's bullshit. So all of this is done on purpose. This whole racism argument has gone way too far. As far as I know, black people and white people have basically the fair treat. The law applies to all of us. DEI actually gave black people a whole bunch of advantages over white people. So to sit here and believe that this is a racist country is completely ignorant. It's not a racist country. And you can succeed in this country if you, no matter what skin color you are, if you try your best and you conduct yourself the right way. And perhaps there'll be the odd scenario where you feel like you're being treated differently because of your skin color in a negative, but also you're not talking about all of the times you were treated in a positive because of your skin color. Perhaps because you're a big black man, you have problems in police stops, but you ain't got problems walking alone at night like a little white person does. So there's a bunch of times people are sitting there waiting to rob someone and goes, not him.
Right.
So you had the pros and the cons.
Right.
So you get the pros and the cons of these things.
That's life.
That's life. So
You got
it's
to take advantage of the pros.
exactly. And just to go back on my point, because I mentioned it earlier, and I just want to wrap it up. I said about how Africa's poor because it's rich. I watched a really interesting study. You should watch it. It was about what makes the perfect nation. Because I was trying to build the perfect country in my mind. Like, what would make the perfect nation? It was talking about if you started from zero, how would you have the richest, most prosperous, perfect country? And it said the countries with the best weather are countries like England and Netherlands, because you want it to be a little bit rainy. You want to be able to have agriculture, and you don't want people to have too much fun for free. Like in Thailand, they ain't got to be rich. They just go to the beach, get coconut. They're living good. In England, you got to have a Ferrari and a mansion. You're still depressed.
Right.
So you work very hard. You pay a lot of taxes. There's a whole bunch of things involved with it. But it said that if you have a complicated societal structure, natural resources makes your country richer. So like Norway is very rich. They have oil and a bunch of natural resources, but they have a complicated social structure. So they dig the oil up, and that money goes to the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund, which goes into the stocks and bonds and the gold ETFs, and it's all tracked online, and they're a very rich country. Africa's super rich, but they don't have complicated systems. So what happens there is that they discover cobalt. The problem with natural resources is it doesn't require society to get the value of it. So if you have a country that builds jet engines, you now need factories, which takes workforce, which need houses, which need universities, which need schools, which need hospitals, which needs roads. So you have to build all this infrastructure around it to produce these jet engines. If you find cobalt, you just got to dig it up out of the ground. So Africa's problem is that it's so rich, they don't have these complicated structures. So what happens is they find cobalt, the dictator gets a deal from outside, usually the West, to get money into his pocket. They send a few soldiers and a few kids to go dig it up. They take all the cobalt out. It goes straight to the West. The dictator gets rich. None of the African people get rich. None of the African nation gets rich. They don't build anything. And the cobalt's gone. West is rich. Dictator goes to Dubai. Boom, done. So Africa's biggest problem is that it's actually so rich in resources that it's held back by how many things it has. If it didn't have any resources, they could build things and put it all together and start building jet engines. But they don't, because they're like, look, we found something interesting here. Dictator gets rich, few of the elites get rich, and the average person gets fucked. It's kind of unfair. But that's the African
stupidity.
story.
Do you think that's? I'm going to sound like a white supremacist when I say this.
I know what you're going to say. Don't even say
Do you
it.
think that's genetic?
Well,
But come on, man.
Byron Daniels is after me. Byron Daniels is after me. No, but let's think.
Well, let me take that back. It's
No.
not genetic, it's culture.
Yeah. I mean, but culture on a long enough time frame is genetic.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
So like if when white people, you know what I love? If you watch on Twitter, it's actually the best argument. It's so fun. The race realists, the super racists who say like black people are genetically different to white people and you're more violent and and all this shit. They always attack me on Twitter and call me mulatto and all this shit. It's so funny. And I read all their shit. I read all their shit. I read all the race realism stuff. And I'm kind of sitting there going, kind of agree with some of it.
Yeah.
They're saying black people are more naturally violent. I'm like, hey, damn right. Watch out. But that's right, pussy. But culture on a long enough time frame becomes genetics. I mean, let's be honest. Is the average African as smart as the average Westerner? No. I would argue that if you go to the Central African Republic, where they don't have schools and they don't have infrastructure, and their parents haven't been to school and their grandparents haven't been to school, that probably they're not as smart as somebody who's their entire bloodline's been university educated. Probably that is true. So after a long enough time frame, it becomes genetic, and then you want to take enough of them and dump them over here and expect them to operate within complicated systems they don't fully understand.
Right.
They're probably just going to say, "Fuck it, let's rob the store," and then you have. I mean, this is realist. This is realism.
Yeah.
You know, as harsh as that sounds very accurate. And if you don't believe him, you don't have to necessarily believe Andrew Tate or myself or the Hodge twins or anyone. Here's what I recommend. I recommend for those who are watching to start taking a closer look at this in your daily life. Try to find those patterns and recognize them. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Or if you have seen it, let me know down the comments below. Let's continue.
If that was a country like the United States, with the resources they got, the manpower they have, it would be a superpower.
It should be
the biggest superpower.
It should be a superpower.
But this little United States, majority is white, is running the world.
Well, white people are the best at building complicated systems. That's what the white people do best.
Yeah.
I mean, like, my camera guy who's off, there he is. Look at him.
White
right?
guy.
These are the people who, in 1960s in NASA, when they did Apollo 11, All them motherfuckers, there's like 20,000 of them, little white guys with glasses and pieces of paper and a pen, and they put something on the moon.
Yeah.
You get 10,000 black people in a room, tell them to achieve anything.
Dude, that was so wrong. But factual.
How long till there's a fight? Shaniqua's jumping in. She's trying to hit him. Like we're more family orientated. We're more clan orientated. Right?
Yeah. You know, we're tribalistic.
We're tribalistic, which is a pro and a con. Again, these are pros and cons, but if you want to extrapolate it out towards a nation state, the thing the white man is best at is working with people he doesn't know. That's a white man's superpower. A white man will go, hello, I've got a bunch of money. And I want to build boats. I've decided I want to build boats. So I'm going to go and find the best boat builder. John Smith. Hello, boat builder. I don't know you. You don't know me. This is called a contract. And let's do a contract, and you're going to build the boats, and I'm going to pay for it. And now we have a successful shipping company. In Africa, it doesn't work that way. They're like, I'm rich. I want boats. Who do I know? My cousin.
Yeah.
My cousin can't build boats. He doesn't know anything about boats, but that's who I know. He's the only guy I trust. He's in my clan. He's my family. So I go to my cousin. You're in charge of the boats. Okay, I will build the boats. And he takes the money, and then no boats get built, and everything's fine. That's why the finance minister is the second cousin of the fucking president, and nobody knows anything, and it's all insidious because you only trust your people. Now, I'm still like that now. I'm black enough like that now. I trust my brother, my people.
Yeah.
So I got that black in me. But I'm also white enough to know I can do a contract and get a boat built. But white people are fantastic at trusting people they don't know. That's why white people are like howdy neighbor. They don't even know you. Howdy. White people have this weird, no, it's not weird, but the white people mentality is far more attributed towards the benefit of society with a larger understanding of working with those they're not directly correlated with. Whereas the black people is like, these are my people only. And it's very insular. But it becomes far more difficult to run a country that way with competence. If you want to run a country competently, you need to find the most competent man for the job. I don't know if this is true. I don't want to be held up on it, and I don't want to be attacked for it. It might not be true, but I heard something that when the British started selling their ships around, they were amazed that when they got to all these native countries, the Aboriginals in Australia and Africa and India, all these places, no one had heard of a contract. No one had heard of the idea of working with someone who wasn't their family. They're like, it's a contract. They haven't heard of a contract. No one had heard of it. So what, you just find anyone to do it?
Even heard of a house. They was living in grass huts.
Well, that's right. So they were like...
Savages.
Yeah, well,
have you seen those videos of them eating? Hey, pull up
it's
that,
the year 20.
Joe, pull up those TikTok videos of these African tribes.
Byron, I'm sorry. Listen, I know you got busted for weed. Fucking talk about letting the black man down. For busted for fucking weed.
Check fraud.
Andrew Tate's a human trafficker. You know, fuck this guy. I'm moving to Vegas. Fuck these people. Bring your case. Fuck you.
Yeah, make it bigger, Joe. These people have not evolved at all for like probably 5,000 years. Back to being a white man back in the slave days, so yeah, we'll take these.
All right, so let's talk about this now.
Yeah.
We're going down race realism. You know, we're the only people brown enough to get away with this, so we can do it.
Oh, we're not going to get away with this shit.
Well, let's talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So the white man, where he grew up, primarily, they had to plan ahead in a way different than the Africans did. So, like, if you were in England, you had to grow grain, because that's how you eat. But grain only grows a certain part of the year. So you have to think ahead, and you have to plan. You have to plow the field. Then you have to grow the grain. Then you got to build buildings to store it in. And that means you need a lot of people. A lot of people need schools, hospitals, roads, housing. Now you need a city. You have to plan everything over a year cycle just to have food. In Africa, they didn't have to do that. Mango. Boom. They just go get a mango when they're hungry. Go kill this. They had so much resource, they didn't have to plan ahead. Wait till you're hungry, kill something, eat it. You didn't have the same infrastructure that was required to eat.
Yeah, it gets cold in Europe.
It gets cold. You got to build a house. You need firewood. You got to think ahead. You apply that across 1,000 years, you have a very different mentality towards life than you do in Africa, which is just pure brutal survivalism. That's what it is.
I've heard that argument because of the weather, white versus the white man and the black man. Both races evolved differently over time because living in a cold, horrible climate, you got to think.
Yep.
And you live in a warm environment, you just get up, take a shit, and make you a bowl of soup like these niggas.
That's right. That's right. And you're good. So this is it. And then we also apply this to what I said earlier about the white man having to work with other people he doesn't particularly know. If you're going to go through all that work to build to grow grain, and you have to build a grain store, you don't want your grain to go bad. So you're going to find the best grain store company guy in the world, whoever he is, and you're going to have a contract with him. And you're going to learn to work with and get along with people you didn't particularly get along with, etc. Whereas Africans didn't have any of these problems, so they're far more clan based and clan oriented.
Tribalistic.
So,
You see that? here in America, like I used to be a private investigator, and I was watching people like insurance claims right back in the day.
So he's watching me for Byron.
Yeah. So
why am I giving Byron a hard time? Fuck Ron too. Fuck both of them.
Yeah.
fuck Ron, little Ron.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So I was a private investigator, and they sent me to the black community. It was Watts. Nobody else wanted to go.
Yeah.
They said, you'll fit in. So the white man sends me there, and I'm there. I'm in that neighborhood maybe 2 minutes before everybody comes out like, who is this nigga?
Yeah, of course.
It's like, you see that tribalism that came from our evolution in Africa is here in America.
Oh, 100%.
You could just go into any black neighborhood, all black. Even if you're black, they're going to be looking at you crazy.
But this is the thing that's interesting, because people at home don't understand that the Matrix itself, the people who are in charge of the world, they find every innate action or every innate inclination that humans have, and they hijack it and Trojan horse it. So the natural tribalism that blacks have, they hijack and Trojan horse and use against us when a convicted fucking felon does some dumb shit he shouldn't have done, and and black people defend him anyway.
Right.
Because it's tribalism, right? They'll stick up for him anyway. The liberals are actually very tribalistic. It's very interesting that if a conservative is accused of something, not even convicted, will self-cannibalize. Whereas if a liberal is accused of something, no one gives a fuck. If he's convicted, no one gives a fuck. If he did it, there's a fucking video, no one gives a fuck. The liberals don't care. The liberals will accept a criminal into their team if it helps them, no problem. Us conservatives, the moral high ground, will fucking self-cannibalize over an accusation all day long. It's pathetic. But they do this with everything. They Trojan horse all things. So if you're in charge of the world and you want to get an objective done, these people are not stupid. They literally rule the world. They'll sit there and go, okay, we want to convince people that if they pay more taxes, the sun will stop being hot. So how do we do this? Well, this is a pretty hard argument to get across. So we're going to start with something more basic. Do you like trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like trees. Do you like the oceans and the fish? Do you want to destroy the whole world?
No.
No, I don't want to destroy the whole world. All right, then we're going to put up your taxes. So they take your natural. So they take your natural
You gotta be a dumb
inclination.
fuck to believe it.
Yeah. So they take your natural inclination to like nature, and they Trojan horse it. They put in Trojan horses. Another one's tolerance. Oh, we're Christians. Yeah, you're tolerant, right? You're not horrible people. You're tolerant. You understand other people. You're tolerant. Yeah. Okay. Here's a drag queen. Whoa. So that's what they do. They take your natural inclinations and they sneak in these Trojan horses with everything all the time.
And that right there is why conversations like these drive the establishment insane. Whether people like Andrew Tate or not, his point still stands. The world runs on incentives, culture, and realism, not slogans. Pretending otherwise doesn't make society safer, smarter, or fairer. It just makes it easier to control. The reason this stuff resonates is simple. People are waking up. They are tired of the gaslit. They are tired of the double standards. They are tired of being told that noticing the obvious, such as pattern recognition, makes them immoral. That's not progress. That's censorship with better branding. So drop a comment. Let me know what stood out to you guys the most. Like the video, so it actually reaches people who aren't glued to the CNN talking points, and subscribe for more clips like these that spread awareness, and we'll catch you on the next one.